Hello everyone, this is Praveen Chittoju from TimeChamp. Today we are going to discuss about how to choose right employee monitoring software for your business size. Are you ready? Let's deep dive into the session. Most companies choose employee monitoring software the same way they did pick project management tools, by comparing features list and pricing tags. But here is the problem. Your team size determines which monitoring capabilities actually deliver value and which just bolt your dashboard. Capterra 2023 software utilization study found that 67% of small businesses use less than 40% of their monitoring software features. That's not a training problem. It's a mismatch problem. A 50% marketing agency we analyzed was paying $89 per user monthly for enterprise features. They never configured. 18 months later, they had used two basic roles and ignored the compliance templates entirely. They were playing a enterprise complexity to track timesheets and screenshots. The question is not which platform has the most features. It's which monitoring capabilities your actual team size requires today, with reasonable room to scale. Most companies choose employee monitoring software the same way they did pick project management tools, by comparing features list and pricing tags. But here is the problem. Your team size determines which monitoring capabilities actually deliver value and which just bolt your dashboard. Let's talk numbers. Capterra 2023 software utilization study found that 67% of small businesses use less than 40% of their monitoring software features. That's not a training problem, it's a mismatch problem. Here is what this looks like in practice. A 20% digital marketing agency we analyzed was paying $89 per user per month for an enterprise monitoring platform. They chose it because it offered advanced role-based permissions, multi-level approval workflows, and custom compliance templates. 18 months later, they had never configured the permission system beyond two basic roles. The compliance templates sat unused. They were essentially paying for enterprise completely to track timesheet and screenshot activity. The cost per employee economics shifts dramatically at specific threshold. At 25 employees, basic time tracking still works. At 100, you need departmental reporting and manager hierarchies. At 500 plus, you are looking at API integrations, SSO requirements, and dedicated account management. This is why enterprise grade often means over-engineering for teams under 50. You are not paying for better monitoring. You are paying for organizational complexity you don't have yet. The question is not which platform has the most features. It's which monitoring capabilities your actual team size requires today. With reasonable room to scale, that's where we need to start. You are running a team under 50 people. Your monitoring software should work like a utility. Turn it on, see what's happening, make decisions. Here is what actually matters at this scale. Time tracking that starts automatically, app and website monitoring that shows you where hours go, basic attendance verification so you know who's working when, and simple activity screenshots for spot checking when something feels off. What you don't need? Advanced behavior analytics that requires a data analytics to interpret. Complex approval workflows built for multi-department hierarchies. Department-level segmentations when everyone reports to the same three managers. Custom API integrations when you are still using Google Sheets for half your operation. A 20% marketing agency in Aston told us they spent 4 days configuring a competitor's platform, setting up roles, defining productivity categories, building custom reports, only to realize they only ever looked at 2 screens. Who's online right now and the total hours logged yesterday. Pricing reality for small teams. You should be paying $4 to $8 per user monthly. Anything about $10 needs to justify itself against the manual alternatives, which is at the size is manager doing 15 minutes check-in twice a day. That's annoying, but it's expensive. Implementation is your canary in the coal mine. If setup takes more than 2 hours, the platform is overbuilt for your needs. TimeChamp was designed for exactly this scenario. Straightforward deployment, core monitoring capabilities, and you will actually use, and zero force enterprise modules inflating your per seat cost. You are not paying for workforce behavior analytics you will never open. Once you cross 50 employees, something fundamentally changes. You are no longer monitoring for visibility. You are monitoring for accountability, compliance, and resource allocation. This is the compliance inflection point. At this scale, audit trails are not a nice to have anymore. They are operational requirements. When HR investigates a termination or finance audits, contractors ask, you need timestamps activity logs, not manager recollections. Organizations in this range typically face their first external audit, first Department of Labor inquiry, or first serious IP protection concern. Your monitoring platform becomes part of your compliance infrastructure. Manager visibility becomes critical, but with a constraint. Your department heads need to see their teams without accessing company-wide data. A sales manager does not need visibility into engineering productivity. Your platform needs role-based access that filters dashboards by departments, locations, or reporting structure. This is here basic tools like Hubstaff starts breaking down. They were not built for segmented visibility. Productivity scoring and ideal time analysis shifts from surveillance to research intelligence. You are not asking, is this person working? You are asking, do we have capacity for this new client? Or why this department consistently overutilized while another shows 30% ideal time? That's workforce planning, not monitoring. Budget wise, expect $6 to $12 per user monthly, but calculate total cost. A platform that requires 8 hours of admin time weekly for report generation actually costs you an additional $15,000 annually in labor. Integration requires inertia, HRIS sync, project management connectivity, payroll system alignment. Manual data transfer does not scale past 75 people. Once you are managing more than 250 employees, software stops being a productive tool and becomes a compliance infrastructure. At this scale, your procurement checklist looks completely different. SSO and SAML integration are not nice to have. They are deal breakers. Your security team will require SOC 2 Type 2 compliance. If you operate in Europe or handle regulated data, you need data residency. You need data residency controls that let you specify exactly where your employee activity logs are stored. API access becomes critical because you are not manually exploring exports anymore. You are feeding monitoring data into your existing analytics stack and insider risk monitoring. That's now a broad level conversation. A 2023 phenomenon study found that 56% of insider threat incidents at enterprises went undetected for months because activity patterns were soiled across departments. You need analytics that surface anomalies and employee accessing files outside their normal scope. Unusual after-hours activity spikes or productivity collapses that might signal disagreements or data exfiltration preparations. Consider a financial services company with 420 employees across 3 time zones. They implemented enterprise monitoring primarily for compliance auditing, but their workforce analytics revealed something unexpected. Their customer service team in the Eastern time zone was logging 30% more ideal time than their West. Cost counterparts, not because of performance issues, but because call volume distributions was misaligned with shift scheduling. That insight drove a capacity reallocation that improves utilization by 18% without adding headcount. Pricing gets complicated here. Per user cost typically drop to $8 to $15 monthly, but implementation fees, custom retention policies, and dedicated support SLAs add layer most vendors do not advertise upfront. You are also integrating with your HR tech stack, Workday, SAP, Bamboo HR, which means custom API work and ongoing maintenance. TimeChamp's enterprise tier includes unlimited screenshot storage with custom retention policies, workforce behavior analytics that flags attendance anomalies and burnout patterns. Unlike surveillance-heavy platforms like TerraMind that prioritize security theaters, TimeChamp focuses on operational intelligence, giving you the visibility compliance required without overwhelming your team with invasive monitoring. Giving you the best visibility compliance required without overwhelming your teams with invasive monitoring. At enterprise scale, you are not just tracking time. You are building a workforce intelligence system that answers strategic questions about capacity, risk, and organizational health. Here is where headcount stops being the deciding factor. Three variables can push you into a completely different complexity tier regardless of your team size: industry compliance requirements, remote workforce percentage, and billable utilization needs. Industry compliance requirements, remote workforce percentage, and billable utilization needs. Start with compliance. If you are in finance, healthcare, or working as a government contractor, you need enterprise grade audit trials even at 30 employees. A 40% healthcare SaaS company handling protected health information needs like HIPAA compliance, activity logs, session recording controls, and data residency options typically reserved for teams over 200. The regulatory burden doesn't scale with headcounts. It's binary. You are either compliant or you are not. Next, remote work density. A 70% full remote agency needs stronger activity verification and productivity scoring than a 150% hybrid team where managers has daily in-office visibility. Remote first companies can't rely on physical presence as a proxy for accountability. They need screenshot sampling, ideal time analysis, and application tracking to replace what hybrid teams get from desk works. Finally, billable utilization. Professional services firms and agencies require client to project segmentation and billable hour tracking that retails or manufacturing companies never touch. A 50% consulting firm needs the same time allocation, intelligence as 200% internal operation team, but with client billing integrated. So here is your decision framework. 3 questions that cut through the vendor noise. Question number 1. Can one person manage the system in under 3 hours per week? If the answer is no, you either need simpler software or you need dedicated admin budget. We have seen companies with 80 employees spend 12 hours weekly managing overlay complex platforms. That's 15% of your full-time role, just administrating monitoring software. If you are not budgeting for that, you are setting up for abandonment. Question number 2. Do you have complaints, audit, or data security requirements beyond basic time tracking? This overrides headcount complexity. A 40% financial services firm with SOC 2 requirements needs more sophisticated monitoring than 200% marketing agency. Compliance is not optional. Dictates your baseline features set regardless of your team size. Question number 3. Will you actually use advanced analytics or do you just need visibility and accountability? Be brutally honest here. 73% of companies paying for advanced workforce analytics access those reports less than twice monthly. If you need to see who's working and what they are doing, that's core monitoring. If you are building productivity models and identifying utilization patterns across the departments, that's analytics. Please don't pay for capabilities you will review quarterly. Now, do this. Separate your feature list into must have, might use, and vendor pushed. Must have or deal breakers. Might use features are nice if they are included. Vendor pushed are capabilities sales team emphasizes that you will likely never achieve. With TimeChamp, start with 10 user pilot size to see your actual requirements. Test core monitoring, then scale into workforce analytics if you need it without monitoring platforms. Finally, reality check. Calculate total cost. Software price plus setup time plus training hours plus ongoing admin. Then divide by your feature utilization rate. That's your real cost per active capability. Are you ready to right size your evaluation? Book a TimeChamp demo configured to your compliance tier and team structure, not a generic enterprise pitch. Visit timechamp.io to see exactly what your business size needs with transparent pricing and zero force enterprise modules. Thanks for watching the video. Please scan the QR code and book a dedicated AI delegation audit for your team and organization. We are offering 7 days free trial for users. No credit card required. Please subscribe to this channel for more information videos. Thank you.